It's that time again. It's that time again. It's that time again. Between the Lines with Simone Fruittree, duo, poet, and author. First of all, before I go any further, I should apologize to my listeners. I was MIA for last week, so Negan. So there was no Between the Lines. Can I be truthful? My partner, my production person, he was flying. Yeah, that's just the truth of the matter. And I don't know if you guys know, but I am a mother of three, and my wash belly, that's what we call it in Jamaica when you have your last child. She is still in baby format. She's 11 months. And honestly, I was just super busy with her being a mommy. It was just one of them thing there. So again, I do apologize. No excuses. I am getting better. All right, so I'm going to jump into this piece. The piece for this week is called Journey, and we will delve deep after we're done the piece. Here we go. You don't know, this is your girl Fruit Tree, and I am forever blessed. I can give you fruits, but you have to do the rest. I'm such a giver. A regular me feel like me da donate I'm a liver. Smiling from ear to ear. You want me buy you a beer? Knowing I'm the life of the party, always asking, you alright, babe? You look sad. Don't be mad. Cheer up, man. We could go beach, eat some fish and roll in the sun. I want you to feel good. The way I know you should. Me, smiling on the outside and genuinely wanting to be nice, but inside I feel empty because I want to save the world. Not sure who made me. Supergirl. Such a procrastinator. Having an inkling that I've always been a leader who has never been strong enough to breathe without suffocating on my own air. Fully knowing I can't repair you, my dear. We all have our journeys. Of that, you should be aware. A journey personal to you. So don't resent me for not being there. No longer a people pleaser. I can look in your eye and say, yeah, I'm ready to eat my own pie without any apologies, because not until I reach within, I'll just be a follower thinking, is this how my life really is? No clone round here. Strictly an original with no shame in my game, spitting magical rhymes. My only intention to grow all knowing and wise. Bless up my crew. I don't know, boo. Feel free to do you. I no longer feel empty. And to be honest, I don't really want to give you my inner plenty, because I'm not a pastor trying to save the unhealthy. It's mine. So potent, I treat like an inner child. My best advice is we all have this side. Just silence all the distractions that you have walking around you like a zombie, too dumb to know your truth, because you're completely numb to your own sweet, gushy gum. I never understood peace, but now I do. No longer feel like I have to impress any of you. Don't get started, peeps. When your day comes, your hearts will be taking leaps of joy. Like a diamond with loving arms, whispering in your ear, I always knew you were near. Thank you. And that's that piece. I gotta keep it very real with them. I gotta keep it very real Journey is one of the pieces that I would say started the whole fruit tree brand and walk with poetry. Saying that piece a while ago, because I'm a woman, I must tell I don't write down nothing. I just say my piece and I just talk my truth. A lot of things I just said in that piece a while ago was a tad bit off. It wasn't exactly the right word, maybe here, or the right phrase, but I winged it. So, yeah, but definitely 95% of it was correct. Journey. We are all walking, living, sleeping, breathing, being on our own personal journey. Am I right? Am I correct? I can say that that's a fact, right? We're all here on our own journeys, yes? It may be intertwined with a few people or a few persons, or maybe you're aligned with someone, or maybe that's your family member, or maybe that's your child, your whomever, your significant other, and you may take on a trod with them. But ultimately, we are all here on our own individual journey. I don't know what your journey is, but I do know when I was 33, and I've spoken about this numerous times, when I had my own enlightenment, my own awakening time through my silence, through being silenced and going within myself, which basically just means me consciously breathing in complete silence and just listening to my source. Right. So I found my journey of poetry and writing um probably about 12 years now, you know? So let's start from the beginning. It's a very long piece. I don't really write long pieces. I should put that out there as well. I don't know why. All right, so I'm such a giver. A regular, I feel like me that donate, I'm a liver, smiling from ear to ear. Want me buy a beer? Knowing I am the life of the party, always asking, you all right, babe? You look sad. Don't be mad. Cheer up, man. Make we go beach, eat some fish, and roll in the sun. All right. That was a tad bit long, but I had to take it there. This initial intro, or me going into this piece, is me telling the world in my writing style that growing up, I was one, or I am one, an empath, meaning that I really feel everybody's everything. Once you're around me, once you're in my space, once once I love you, once I know you, even if I don't love you, even if I don't know you, once you're in my space, if I don't stand in my awareness, I will soak up everything from you. Growing up as a child, going into my teens, because I was feeling all these feelings around people, and I didn't know and I didn't understand. I just felt like I had to make people happy. I had to find out what was wrong. Even if something was bothering me, I would put me on the back burner. And I would go to you and I would want to know why, what's up? How are you? How do you feel? You want to be my friend? And I felt this urge, this need, this want to please, to bring people joy, to make them laugh, to share what I have, whatever that is, however small. You know, if somebody wanted to do something and I didn't necessarily want to do it, or I wasn't interested, I wouldn't make that person know that. I would soak up whatever they're soaking up and say, oh, okay, you want to go do that? Okay, let's go do that. Let's go be this. You want to be this? Okay, I wonder how it would be for me to do that too. Listen to me carefully. I did that for years. I have key friends. My circle right now is minute. Let me just put that out there. At 45, my circle is minute. I have Shara, I have Ruthann, and I have Sharian. I have other friends outside of that. Beautiful people. But I'm talking about people that I speak to daily. I have other people like my high school friends, Terry Joe, Patrice, like little people like that, Karen, like people that I love too. So they know me. They have that perception of me. They know my youthful. They would know how to perceive me in my youth and coming up, and even to how I am now. You know, anybody will tell you that once you are in Simone Dua's space and is you and her, you are going to get the complete Simone. She's going to give of herself. Now, mind you, I am also one of those people that if I depart from you or exit the situation, you might say, my God, where's Simone? Simone has disappeared. And I don't even know her no more. So I do have that to me as well. It's either I give you my all or not at all. I can do that. But looking back then, I really don't know what I went through as a child to have that take in regards to people pleasing, wanting to make people happy. I cannot speak on my mother or my father because they're their own people. However, I grew up with my mom, single mom. My dad, went to the States. They got divorced, and she was just a super mom, my mother. She had two children, me and my brother, David, and she was just, we never want for nothing. Anyway, we traveled the world, we did this, we did that, went to the best schools, we did everything. And she was a single mom, and I knew that she struggled from time to time. But with that, my mother is kind of like an angel, in my opinion. And from what I've seen, she's like an earth angel. She is so loving and so sweet and so sensitive and so kind to a fault. Sometimes I think she will definitely do that back burner thing and please people. No, that can be, she would have to look in her past or her childhood to see why that was the case. Fast forward now, my mom is in her late 60s, She's still sweet, she's still loving, she's still kind, but she's definitely more, she will look in your eye now and say, no, I can't do that. I'm not in a position to do that. But what you can do is, whereas growing up, I didn't see that part. I always just saw my mom giving of herself. You know what I mean? So I'm really proud and happy to see that she has her boundaries up now. And me at 45, I believe that I'm there now too. One of the ways for me to protect myself was to small up my group. As I said earlier, it's minute, it's tiny. You know what I mean? So yeah, like even in my household, I mean, I am a cool mom, I guess you could put that. My 14-year-old, for example, I might have I'm on either one thing from one extreme to the next. So I think I need to look into that too. Like, she knows she can come to me and I'll give her that motherly advice and I'll, no, you don't need to. But there's another part of me that I'm so her friend, her sister, her everything. Like, she can come to me and I can feel and see that she feels comfortable to speak to me about almost anything. I personally love that because that's one of the things that I implemented within our relationship. But I do soak up her, soak up my man. He has a very strong personality, very strong energy. I soak up the baby. I just soak, you know what I mean? But those are my loves. So it's even more challenging for me not to soak them up, you know? But boundaries now for me is just, it's necessary. It's needed. Anyway, of course I kind of ran with that whole segment a while ago. We could go beach, eat some fish and roll in the sand. I want you to feel good the way I know you should. Me, smiling on the outside and genuinely wanting to be nice, but inside I feel empty because I want to save the world. Not sure who made me, Supergirl. So, as I said earlier, I used to love seeing or feeling somewhat, and I think it boils down to ego. Because ego, I think sometimes we give it the ego a bad name, like it's so egotistical and this horrible and this. No, no, no. Sometimes me feeling like I am the one that's going to be the savior, I'm the one that's going to make you happier. Why do I feel that way? We're reflections of each other. So it could be somewhat of the ego within me allowing myself to feel like, oh, I'm going to save you from your unhappiness. Why, Simone? Why do you feel like you have that to save that person? Why don't you find your happiness? Because as you notice, I said, because inside I feel empty. Like I want to save the world, not sure who made me, Supergirl. Yeah, why do you feel like you have that supreme power to transform somebody's woe into bliss when you are struggling within yourself? When you don't have the capacity or the capability to actually turn your sadness into joy, your anger into peace. You know, this was me back then, you know. You know what I mean? So that was me deflecting. That was me projecting to others like, oh, I'll stand up for you. I'll be that superhero for you. I'm ignoring myself for whatever reason because I don't want to face my own shadow work, whatever it is that I have been holding on to as a child, suppressed memories, perhaps traumatized situations, who knows? But I didn't want to sit with those and try to say to myself, Simone, why is it that you always are insecure about this particular situation? Or why is it that you feel sad when you need to do this? I ignored those things about me. And instead of internalizing it properly and sitting with myself and finding out what was the issue, I would turn it outward and say, okay, let me be Mrs. Fix It for this person and that person and that person. And that would give me some type of fulfillment, which, truth be told, it did not. You know? So, yeah, not sure who made me Supergirl. Such a procrastinator. Having an inkling that I've always been a leader who has never been strong enough to breathe without suffocating on my own air. Fully knowing I can't repair you, my dear. Yeah, procrastination. Hey, should we even go there? So, listen to me carefully. Because I grew up people pleasing and trying to be a savior to everybody around me. As I said, I really didn't know me. I was a stranger to myself. I felt like everybody else knew me and I didn't know myself. I remember my good friend Shara said to me one day, Shara said to her laugh, she's like, Simone, you're so funny, you're so hilarious. You make me laugh. She was like, you know, you would be so good on the radio. you would be so good in, media in general. And I'm looking at her like, really? And when she was saying that to me, she was saying that to me like such as a matter of fact, like, don't you see that? And I'm like, I just didn't see it. Because for whatever reason, as I said earlier, I really didn't know me. I didn't know my core. I was just doing things and just being a complete follower every single day, all day. The only thing I really knew that I did, like, I love music, I love partying, I love making people happy, as I said earlier. You know what I mean? So I never knew anything deep. And it's so funny, me being a poet and an author now, in hindsight, when I was going to Andrews, big up Life More Abundant, you don't know. I was always good in literature and language. It was subjects that came naturally to me. I was always good in the arts, drama, performing arts. I did ballet and creative dance when I was a little girl growing up. But for whatever reason, I've suppressed all of those things that came natural to me. Because I was taking on everybody else's thing, soaking up everybody else's walk in their life, it actually feels like it took me back about 100 steps. But then in hindsight, too, because I am such a conscious being and aware of my spirit being the everything, and that I'm a spiritual being having a physical experience, I also look at it now that everything was just me learning. It was a learning experience. So me being a late bloomer in my career, my finances, relationships, just everything that on a societal level that people would think that these things are needed as accomplishments early in your, within your 20s going on into your early 30s. I am now 45, and on the physical, I am just walking through and somewhat attaining these things that people will look at and say, oh, you have achieved, you have arrived, you are doing well in life. But because I am a spiritual being having a physical experience, and I am aware that, boy, Simone, say you're gone far in your thing. When the conscious journey that I am on now, this piece, I'm not really going to go and dwell into that because that's my spot. I'm not going to go into any esoteric anything right now, but I'm just saying that there's levels to this thing. And I am actually at a joyful place knowing that I am gradually going from level to level to level to level within my spirituality, within my consciousness. You understand what I say? So right now, the manifestation of my abundance, my alignment, my peace, my joy, my love, my health, my wealth, everything now is just matching my true energy field. You know what I mean? So thank God for that. Thank God for that. So yeah. All right, so I don't know if you can hear the gardener in the background. Why the gardener start to mow the lawn? Anyway. All right, so where am I now? Such a procrastinator, having an inkling that I've always been a leader who has never been strong enough to breathe without suffocating on my own ear. Fully knowing I can't repair you, my dear. We all have our journeys. Of that, you should be aware. A journey personal to you, so don't resent me for not being there. So now this now is me because I'm such a procrastinator. This is all in the past, of course. I still procrastinate, by the way, so let me now show off myself. And I was just giving up myself to everybody. What would happen is whenever I had to like stop myself and maybe I got sidetracked and maybe I had to go be a savior to somebody else or whatever the case is, or if I am now fast forwarding to know where I am now, I'm aware that I need to fix me and do me. I'm saying to the person that I've always been a savior to, hey, you're here for you, you're here for your journey, mama. You're here for your thing, papa. So don't resent me for not being there. It's all love. I still love you. But I love you enough to say, go do you as how I should go and do me. You know what I mean? Such a procrastinator, having an inkling that I've always been a leader who has never been strong enough to breathe without suffocating on my own air, fully knowing I can't repair you, my dear. We all have our journeys of that you should be aware. A journey personal to you, so don't resent me for not being there. No longer people pleaser. I can look in your eye and say, yeah, I'm here to eat my own pie without any apology, because not until I reach within, I'll just be a follower thinking, is this how my life really is? So me taking my power away from you now lovingly and saying, yo, go and go do you, make me do me. It's all right, I can stay by myself, I can get up every day and go charge myself and be the generator, the operator, and the destroyer of anything that is not of me for myself. I'm not here to be your God. I'm not here to be your savior. I'm not here to be your doormat. I'm not here to be your empath for life. No. So I'm ready. I'm now at the stage where I can look at you if I haven't seen you in 10 years and still laugh and say, you're good. And don't feel no guilt, don't feel no fear, don't feel no anger. Whereas back then, even if I don't see you for a day or I don't call you for a day, I would feel, oh my God, I never called. Oh my God, let me run. No, I'm up on a different plane now. You get me? There's a shift now, So that's a beautiful thing. I'm ready to eat my own pie without any apologies, because not until I reach within, I'll just be a follower thinking, is this how my life really is? No clone round here. Strictly an original with no shame in my game. Spitting magical rhymes. My own intention to grow all knowing and wise. So I'm not a clone. Me is me. Authenticity running through my veins. When you pair with Simone Dior, you're going to get Simone Dior. You understand me? So yeah, all of those things. No clone round here, strictly an original with no shame in my game. Spitting magical rhymes, my only intention to grow all knowing and wise. I'm now a poet. I am now creating, just like how in Genesis of the Bible, when the Most High, the Creator, is making you know that, the world was void, darkness. And he spoke life, spoke creation into the word. That's what I am doing. I am speaking and creating my life, my world with my words. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? No longer people please. I can look in your eye and say, yeah, I'm ready to eat my own pie without any apologies, because not until I reach within, I'll just be a follower thinking, is this how my life really is? So that peace just runs deep into you understanding that you are the creator of your own world. You are the one that holds yourself back. You are the one that pushes yourself to where you need to be. You know what I mean? You can't blame nobody for where you are in life. You just have to look at you and know that you draw everything from your own well of life. You're a galaxy waiting to be explored. So you better jump up and be like a star, whomever, and go in your starship, your spaceship, and Go around your own galaxy. Move around your own heavens. If you're in hell on earth, you're unhappy or whatever, you need to move those negative emotions from your root and transmute them into positivity for yourself. So that's basically where it is. That's basically where I am. And yeah, that's the end. That's the end of our discussion today. You don't know. This is your girl Fruittree, and I am forever blessed. I can give you fruits, but you have to do the rest. Love and light, love and light. And always remember that the love and the light comes from your darkness. Your darkness is where you have to sit, where you have to stand, and where you have to feel what exactly is going on in your life and where you actually are. No one outside of yourself is going to help you with your darkness, because your darkness is you. It's yours. You're going to have to know, you're going to have to ask yourself why you feel this way. Where is it coming from? What can I do to transmute you, to change this emotion into a different emotion, to ultimately change my life? Again, this is Simone Fruittree Duo. You don't know, this is Between the Lines. Thank you so much. I believe this is episode, if I'm not episode 6 or episode 7. Still season 1. Blessings, love, protection, and guidance. Ashe.